It may be a little bit late, but we are going to talk through how 2024 went and what the plan is for 2025. Well, not the plan. That was a bad choice of words. Goals for 2025. I know my subscribers are asking what the plan is, but we're not doing that in this video. Actually, maybe we will do that in this video. Stick around and find out. This was a bit of a requested video. I wasn't sure what videos to do for the new year, and I asked my subscribers what you wanted to see, and they said that they'd like a video talking about how 2024 went and also talking about 2025 a little bit, so we're going to do that today. I have got a little bit of a structure, so we're going to basically talk about the year, review how my goals for this year went, because I did do this video last year, so the goals were out there in the world. Then we're going to talk through some of my favorites of this year, like my favorite things. Then we're going to talk through goals for 2025, and then I'm also going to go through my vision board. So starting with this year. It's been a bit of a brutal year. It hasn't been the best, I'm not going to lie. I am very pleased to be seeing the end of 2024. I unfortunately had quite a few things like kick off this year. I had a big friendship falling out. I had family stuff kick off multiple times. I had health stuff kind of come to the forefront. So it's been a year full of stuff that has made me feel not great, unfortunately. But it has been a year with some really lovely stuff in as well. 2024 will always be the year that I saw Taylor Swift, which was a big goal of mine ever since I was about 9 years old, probably even younger than that. But we had Taylor Swift, we got to go on a lovely holiday. I got to see my beautiful friend get married in Cyprus, which was just incredible. It was a dream come true. I feel so grateful to have been invited to her wedding, to have gone through that experience with her, and also just being at that wedding. It was incredible. It's been a really lovely year for me and Jack. We felt kind of closer than ever. It's been the best year for us in our relationship. Like, it just feels like our relationship just gets better and better every year, which is always lovely, especially seeing as though we've been together 14 years this year. It's 13 years currently, but this year it is our 14-year anniversary. So it's always just lovely that it just seems to get better and better. And then we had a really lovely Christmas period, which was delightful. So there's been some really nice things popped through it, but this year overall has just not been great. And I think it's important to talk about that, because I think a lot of people, I know it's quite talked about now, which is delightful. Like, it won't be the first time hearing it from me, but people do show their highlights a bit more at New Year's, like doing their photo dumps and doing little reels and TikToks and things like that. So it's hard not to be like, oh, well, I didn't have that many highlights. And I feel like I get it, because I also had that this year where it was just like, I don't even want to do it because the highlights were incredible, but there weren't that many of them. They were a bit few and far between. And I'm still kind of not over the stuff that happened this year. So I feel like it's hard to be like at the end of the year, oh, well, the year is over and we've got a new fresh beginning. A new fresh beginning when you're still kind of like not over the stuff that happened in this year. So I wanted to say that it's not been my best year. So if it's not been your best year, that's fine. It's just another year. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's New Year. It's over. Just carry on with your life. And I think I put this on my Instagram story, and I feel like it is an important point, but just find joy where you can. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It doesn't matter what the joy is. Find little bits of joy in your life, even if it's just having your favorite chocolate bar, like even if it's just tiny little things. Find the joy, but acknowledge the joy. Be like, when you're having that favorite chocolate bar, be like, this is really good and I'm really enjoying it. Just really try and put to the forefront little moments of joy and focus on them for as long as you can. And if you're having that crappy time, it'll be over soon, I'm sure. For both of us, it'll be over soon. Okay, I thought we'd go through the goals first. So if you weren't about for last year, that's fine. We'll go through the goals together anyway. I'm just going to go through my goals. Obviously, Jack has his own goals and then we have joint goals, but I'm just going to go through my own goals because it feels a bit funny doing that when he's not here. I'm just going to go through in the order that I wrote them down, because if you weren't around for last year, I did talk about how I do my goals, and basically I have big goals for the year, then I have small incremental goals, and then I write them on a whiteboard. We have a massive whiteboard in our kitchen, and that's where our goals are sat. But I also have them written down from when I planned them from last year. So I'm just going to go through the big overarching goals for the year and whether I met them or not. So I'm just going to go through them in order of what I wrote them. And the first one was 4,300 subscribers, and I hit that, which is so exciting because that like subscriber goal is one that like it sometimes happens, it sometimes doesn't, and that's completely okay. But this year I did hit that, and I hit that in, I think it was September, or it was just at the end of August. And that felt so good to have beaten it by a big amount as well. Like I think I ended up on 4,660 at the end of the year, I think. So I beat it by like 300, which is, it's a big amount. I think I ended up with like 1,300 subscribers joining me this year. If that is one of you, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it meant to me. So even just you being one person, thank you. But genuinely, it felt so good. It felt very like, okay, it's working, it's paying off. And that goal was a bit of like basically the way that I figured that goal out is I took the average from my last year, applied the average, and then added a little bit on. So it was a little bit of like a more ambitious goal anyway. And then I hit that and over-egged it by 300. That was pretty cool. So I'm very, very proud of that one. My next one is have more clothes I feel confident in. I have ticked that off. I think I have done that this year. I'm going to talk about them in my favorites because they are my favorite clothes, but I've definitely done that. I also just feel like I've done it well in terms of I don't wear clothes that I don't enjoy anymore. Like I don't force myself to wear them, which I think I was doing because there's a lot of, I think when you grow up with the amount of money that I grew up with, there is a lot of like, I'm going to wear this thing to the bone because that's what you do. You spend money on it and you wear it until you can't wear it anymore. And I've grown up with that mindset, and there's nothing wrong with that mindset, but when you're doing it with clothes that you don't actually like anymore, it's just kind of like, what's the point? And I think I've been very good this year in just being like, that doesn't make me feel good, that doesn't like fit me anymore, I'm not going to do that. I've been wearing the clothes that I really enjoy, which means I have been repeating a lot of outfits and a lot of clothes, but that's fine, it's good, it's on the way. And I feel like this wasn't really measurable, so I don't think I have as many clothes as I wanted, but I definitely have some, so I feel like I have ticked off that goal and I'm quite proud of it. Okay, next one is my first failure of the year, and that is read 25 books. I didn't do it. I read 20, which was actually the same as last year, so I've hit the same amount of books as last year. I think with this year it was just I didn't enjoy the books that I was reading, so they took a lot longer. I normally read before bed, and when I'm enjoying a book I'll read before bed for like half an hour, 45 minutes, but if I'm not enjoying it I read for 20 minutes and then go to sleep. So it took a lot longer to get through some of the books where I had periods of time where I was reading more. So when we went on holiday, I read 3 books in 1 week, which is a huge amount for me. I normally don't do that. It's normally 2, but I read 1 book in 1 day. So I definitely don't feel like it was like a lack of reading and a lack of loving reading. It was just like, I just didn't enjoy the books, unfortunately. So I think like next year, I'm going to try and be a bit better, but we'll come on to that in next year's goal. More vertical content. I 100% did this. I 100% did this. I have been posting everywhere. I've been posting on shorts. I know a lot of you came from shorts. So if you've converted from short to long form content, love you. I have been posting a lot of shorts, TikToks and reels, more focusing on YouTube shorts because that's the platform that I want to focus on growing on. But I think before the start of this year, I think I had like an overall total. Can I get that info on my phone? Let's go right to the bottom of all of my shorts. So we can see up and basically, where does it start? That would have been last year. Okay. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I posted 15 shorts before this year. And now this year, I think it ended up being about 120. So I've posted a lot. So I 100% have done this. And I'm very proud of myself because it has helped the channel. So I'm very happy that I did do it. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I'm not going to lie. Like I much prefer long form content. I am a chatty gal. I love talking to you guys, and fitting it under 1 minute is difficult, but I did it and I'm very proud of myself. The next one was do a chin up, and I did that. I think I hit that in like March, which was amazing. It was really exciting. That was a goal that carried over from the year before. So it took a while, but I got it eventually, and I think I can do 3 now, which is really, really cool. I feel so good that I can do a chin up. Like I can lift my weight up. That's so cool. That's so cool. If you can't do a chin up, please don't feel bad. Like I say, it took me about 1.5 years to be able to do it whilst working on it actively. They are difficult. So I'm very, very pleased about that. Next one was less time on TikTok. I have definitely done this. I was in a really bad place with TikTok at the beginning of this year. I think I was doing it, and please don't judge, I think I had like 4 hour plus time on TikTok a day because I was using it whilst doing other stuff. So I'd listen to it whilst I was walking around the house. I'd listen to it whilst I was cooking. I'd listen to it whilst I was doing work if I could. Like I was on it all the time, and I basically just I set screen time limits through my phone, like through Apple's feature of doing that, and I've slowly got it down, and now I'm on 2.5 hours, and I haven't for the last month because Vlogmas, I've been posting on TikTok a lot, but I wasn't pushing that limit. Like I got it down to 2.5 hours, and that for me is way less time. Like I've halved my time on TikTok over the year, and I'm really pleased with that. And I think I'm a lot more intentional with TikTok. We don't just scroll on it before bed. When I go on it, it's because I want to go on it. I want that entertainment because I love the entertainment of TikTok. And I've been a bit more self-aware of when it's not being healthy. So I used to go in spirals and with TikTok and feel really sad about life with it. And I've been a lot more self-aware that like when that is happening, being like, I need to get off this app. So it's definitely a better relationship with it. I don't think I'm going to carry that goal over. I don't think we wrote that down. I'm just going to keep it at where it's at. Like I'm fine with where I'm at. I'm not too fussed about going below 2.5 hours, especially when I do like social media. So it's not being like carried over for a goal. It's just like, I'm just carrying on with that. Like it's not going to go back over 2.5 hours. Next was put more effort into my appearance. I haven't marked that down as doing it just because I feel like what I had in my mind for this was kind of like doing more like looks and outfits. And like, I always think back to 2021 where I was in it a bit more. Like I always had like a cute hairstyle and things like that. I definitely improved, but I didn't get to where I wanted to be with it. So I haven't marked that one down as being successful. And then my last one was keep romanticizing. And for me, that's having like cute little clips, cute little photos on my phone of things that I probably wouldn't have noticed as much. So I took a lot of videos like when I was sitting out in my front garden of just like the way that the trees were blowing and things like that, like really picking up on small details that I probably wouldn't have without having this like keep romanticizing thing in my head. And I have marked that down because my phone is full. It's ridiculous how much storage is being took up by little videos and little pictures now. But I definitely feel like I'm still doing that. I still want to keep getting better with it and being like in the moment, being like, this is a really cute day, even if it's like somewhere I go to regularly. But I have marked it down. But that was the entirety of the goals. So I actually got 6 out of 8 this year, which I feel like is really good. It's really successful. I'm really happy with it. Obviously the aim is to get all of them, but that's fine. I didn't get all of them. I'm good with 6 out of 8 and I'm really proud of myself with it. I think like I've had a lot of years of not setting up my goals in a way that I was going to succeed. And this year it felt very much like I have found the way to set my goals, how to get those goals and to be successful with it and to be realistic with it at the same time. So I'm really proud of how this year's went in terms of the goals. And I'm going to keep with this structure. So if you are interested in setting goals that is realistic and suitable and also really good for ADHD, because that's what I have, I will leave the video from last year linked above because last year's was more focused on how to set those goals. So definitely go check that video out if you're looking to set up goals. It doesn't matter if you haven't done it by now. Like, and when this video goes up, I think it's going to be like the 4th or the 5th. You can set that. That's fine. Start it from now or start it from spring. Winter is rough. Winter's rough. So start the goals whenever you want. It doesn't matter that you haven't done it for the new year. Go watch that video and set it up in a way that's not going to be too hard for you. Okay, that was all of the goals. So I thought now we talk about favorites of the year, which was an idea from one of my subscribers. So thank you very much for suggesting that. I'm just going to pop them up on screen because I thought it would be better to be able to like show you how they look and things like that. So I thought first up we'd do makeup and then the rest is pretty much clothing. First up, a favorite of this year is the By Ellie brow gel. It actually works on my brows. So for me, that is a favorite. I have such stubborn brows, like so stubborn brows. Brow gel does normally not work for me at all. I've tried all of the highly recommended ones. I've tried what's the yellow one? I can't remember. The one that everybody recommends. It would not even like, I couldn't even get them to a point where they would move. Never mind holding them. This By Ellie gel works. It's the one with the little pot. It's not brow shape. It is brow shape. I get it wrong. There's 2 really good By Ellie products. But as you can see, there is a lot of light at the minute. But my eyebrows stay up. It's not like perfect. By the end of the day, they are down a little bit. But by far, the best thing I've ever used apart from glue. And I don't really want to put glue on my eyebrows. So I really, really like it. My other favorite makeup product was the e.l.f. Halo Contour. I love it. It is cool toned. I don't like spending a lot of money on products. I saw someone doing like a pale girl makeup breakdown of ones that you could buy, which was great. I'll try and find her and leave the link below. But a lot of them are quite expensive. This e.l.f. one is so good. And it is cool toned. When I first picked it up, I was like, there's no way that's going to be good. It looks great. It actually works really, really well for my pale skin tone. So I really, really like it. It's also really blendable. It's buildable and it is affordable, which is the best part of it. Okay, moving on to clothes. First up, Tala. So my Tala flares, I'm wearing them right now. I would show you, but I am trying to like use my mic a bit more often. So it's better sound quality for you. So I don't want to be like getting my flares up. I wear my flares constantly. I'm in desperate need of some more. I love them. I love my flares. And also, whilst we're on Tala, their bikini, love that. Got that for this year. Beautiful. I love the color. I love the material. I love the ethics of Tala, like the recycledness of it. I want to go on holiday again to wear that bikini. I love it. So they're my two favorites from Tala. Next up, Vanquish hoodies, but in men's. This is Jack's new one. I always steal his Vanquish hoodies. Love the men's section of Vanquish. I just love the fit. I love the fit of the Vanquish like hoodies. But then if we're talking like women's clothing, Boo and T. I tried Boo and T for the first time this year. Love all of their stuff, but I am highlighting their jumpers, hoodies, sweatshirts, whatever you want to call them. But I love my leggings from them as well. I really, really like Boo and T. I do a series of trying new gym wear brands as a size 14, and Boo and T so far and Tala has been my favorite. I feel like Tala and Boo and T are very different vibes anyway, so I don't really feel like they're like that comparable. But I love the leggings from Boo and T and the pump covers. Like if you're a subscriber, you'll have seen them because when I bought them, I was non-stop wearing them. So you'll know which one I mean. And my last kind of like piece of clothing is my trainers. They are the Puma. Are they Puma? Nitro. I will pop them up on screen. They are from ASOS. I bought them in the like Boxing Day sale kind of thing. Never stopped wearing them. Love them. Love the fit. They are so comfortable. They are quite durable. They did get a little bit of a cut in the sole, which was annoying, but I don't know, it's probably something I've done. But I love those trainers. Next up is my perfume. I've been wearing this for longer than this year, but I love it, and that is the Elie Saab perfume. It just smells delightful. It's my favorite. I wanted to mention it. I don't wear a lot of perfumes, but the two perfumes that I wear is the Elie Saab one and the Valentino Donna perfume. Both of them, beautiful. Love them. And finally, a favorite of this year is more kind of like of an experience thing, and that is hiring a camper van. We did this for Taylor Swift and it was so fun. It was so fun. I definitely want to do it again. Unfortunately, the caravan that we rented from a website called Quirky Campers got stolen. So I am just going to do a quick shout out and put a picture up and say, if you ever see any of like a van that looks like this, please let me know. I will leave her Instagram below. It's been a while now, unfortunately, but I'm just going to do a quick shout out and be like, please keep an eye out for this if you see a camper van. It has a small window on the driver's side of the van, which is a good identifying feature. And then I'll put the picture up so you can see like other stuff as well. But unfortunately it did get stolen, which is just heartbreaking for her. Like I'm so broken for her, and we wanted to hire it again, so I'm really sad that we can't do that. But the experience of it was so fun. I would say if you are thinking about doing it, do it. Loved it. It was great. That was definitely a favorite of this year, and it made Taylor Swift like another level. It was just so good. Okay, now we're gonna go quickly on to goals for 2025 because I am aware that this video is getting long. Right. So I'll just chat to you about it, shall I? So this little bit of this is a bit more for subscribers because I have been debating quitting YouTube, and my kind of like cut-off point for making a decision was the end of the year. So my subscribers have been like, what is happening? Like I did a few lives and people have been like, girl, let us know. So basically, we have come up with a plan. And the basic answer is I'm going to give myself another month, right? And I know people might be like, oh, you're just prolonging it. But I have one thing that I want to try, and that is reaching out to brands to try and work with that I haven't tried yet. And I was going to do this in December, but then basically just realized I'd messed up timings because obviously Christmas and marketing budgets intermingle a lot. So I was like, I can't message them halfway through December asking to work with them because it's too late for Christmas, it's too late for New Year, and then they'll stop replying in the break. Like I timed it wrong essentially, and it was my bad. And I always said that I wanted to do everything that I could before I quit, and I haven't done that yet. So basically I'm going to do a month of reaching out to brands and doing big videos, so like keywordy videos. So if you're a subscriber, expect them. I'm going to do more lives. I'm going to it's my last month of giving it a try essentially, and basically what I've said is for every brand deal that I get, I will extend that a month further. And obviously I'll keep reaching out to brands and things like that, but that's how it's going to work. So if I get, in this month of reaching out, if I get 3 brand deals, I'll extend it by 3 months. And then Jack was like, okay, but what if you get like a brand deal a month? Are you just going to keep extending it by a month? And I was like, yeah, because then I'll be getting paid. So that's the plan. So I am going to keep going for a little while longer. So I hope you guys are pleased with that. But basically that means, and why I'm talking about it now, is that means I can't set goals for this year in terms of work, because if this doesn't work out for another month, I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do. I do have some options, and that's also going to be intermingled without this month, because obviously if I need to apply for jobs, I need to start applying for jobs. So I'm going to do things like update my CV and things like that. So there's going to be stuff intermingled in there, but it's mainly going to be like focusing on YouTube for one last month. So I can't be like, I'm going to have this many subscribers by the end of the year, because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going until the end of the year. So basically all the goals that I have are other stuff, which was exciting. It was nice. It was kind of like a bit of a, like, okay, don't worry about that for now. Let's just focus on other stuff. So that's the plan. I hope you guys are excited about it. I am. Basically, my main reasons for wanting to keep going are you guys, like the members. I'm keeping going for you guys. People who comment all the time, I'm keeping going for you guys. Also, people who hate watch me, I'm keeping going to spite you guys. So keep throwing those hate comments across. It will motivate me. So I'm going to go through my goals. I'm also going to go through our joint goals because I haven't done as many goals this year because I really like our joint goals, if that makes sense. So I'll go through a few of them, not all of them. Let's do the joint ones first, shall we? So one of them, which is the biggest one, is make a decision on something. I'm not going to say specifics, but something regarding where we are going to end up living. This feels like a big decision in our life that we need to make. We keep pushing it back, but we need to make it. That is why I have less goals, because that, if we can get that one sorted, I feel like other stuff will start falling into place and we can kind of start planning our life a little bit more. I am also hoping to have won the O'May's house from the Lake District. I keep manifesting that. So we will be living in the Lake District in that beautiful O'May's house. I'm expecting them to knock on the door today. Next one is 4 fancy events. And what that means is events that we can go to and dress up. I love this. And I feel like I use what gives me jealousy and envy on social media, and I use that to fuel goals rather than just be spiteful. And what I feel like I see a lot of on social media that I get jealous of is people going to events and dressing up, like dressing to the nines and doing really cute activities. So we have an event of 4 of them this year. Next one is 3 Oakley events, and I want to give some backstory to this. Basically, if you aren't on TikTok, there is a dog on there called Nala, and Nala stomps. If you're on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen Nala stomps, but basically this guy has a golden retriever who goes in between his legs and like stomps her feet up and down when she's happy. It's so freaking cute. It's adorable. And he has gone full time and he goes camping with Nala and takes her to places that are for her. Like he goes to snowy places because she loves the snow. And I was watching one of his camping vlogs and I was like, he's doing that for her and that is beautiful. And I was like, we need to do stuff like that for Oakley. So I've got 3 Oakley events in this year because I want them to be like big things where we like take him to like somewhere that has water so we can swim all day. And I wanted to put 3 so there's not like a load of pressure on it. Obviously, the aim is to go over and above. We will do more than that. But 3 felt like a realistic thing. Next one, it sounds like it's an Oakley goal, but it's not, it's an us goal. And that is be less reactive. And that means like negatively reactive. So we are negative people. I feel like we both grew up to be like negative people, like we whinge a lot. And that has definitely been getting better because it was a goal that I wanted to get better. So we've definitely been getting better, but we are still quite reactive. Like when something a bit rubbish happens, we'll whinge and we'll complain. So I gave Jack the example when we were planning this of like in the car, I'll get annoyed at people really quickly and I'll bite. Like I'll not like yell at them. I'm not that type of person where I'll like yell at people through the window and like give them the finger and stuff like that. But I'll be like, oh, well, you then. I want to stop that. It's not healthy. It's not good. And me and Jack feed off each other. So like one of us will start whinging, then the other one will start, and then we just go around and around and around. That needs to stop. We need to be more positive people. So we're going to be less reactive this year. And then the final one, it is carried over from last year, is a better sleep schedule. Pretty self-explanatory. We need to be getting to bed earlier and I need to be waking up earlier. Right, now going on to mine. I'm going to try and make this snappy. I will go through the little goals as well as quickly as I can because I've done the same as I did last year. So there's the big goals and it's broken up to little goals. And obviously we'll make more throughout the year, but I've done like 2 little goals for each goal. First one, 24 books. I've kept it, basically I wanted to keep it at 25 and Jack was like, why don't you make it round number? And I was like, 25 is a round number. And he was like, well, it's not for months of the year though, is it? He was like, if you do 24, that's 2 books a month. And I was like, that does make more sense. So I've done 24 books this year. And then the little goals are read once a week during the day for 4 weeks because I don't really read during the day, it's just before bed. But if I read during the day, that's going to make me read more because I'll not like substitute it. It will be in addition to. And then the next one is read 1 book in 1 week. I'm going to leave the most controversial one to last, so I'll skip that one. Next one is leave the house more. And that isn't, because it sounds like it's like, oh, well, I need to leave the house. I actually leave the house quite often. It's just, this is for lack of better wording, essentially, because obviously I go to the gym every day, so I leave the house quite often, but it's more for like to do things. So my little goals are make a list of at least 10 things of things I want to do outside of the house. And then the next one is do something different on weekends 2 weeks in a row. So I feel like when I think about leaving the house, the past year it was like, oh, we could go on a hike or we could go for some food. I'm sick of that. Even if like we've done it loads before, I need to do it because then I think it'll just make me feel better long term. So it's kind of like do more activities outside of the house, but I just wanted to put the like leave the house more. Next one is go to 3 social events, and that's more like without Jack. So obviously I would like to make some friends this year. I would like to make a best friend. And I don't want that written down because that's a lot of pressure to be like, make a friend. I don't want it to be about the friend. I want it to be about the person. So I didn't want to be like, make a friend. So I was like, okay, so what is it that I'm like after? Or what is it that I want to do to be able to find people who are like aligned with me? And I think that's social events and like meeting people at these social events. And I'm in a lot of Facebook groups that do put on social events. So the goal is to go to 3 social events with the aim of having more people in my life. Next one is be more consistent on tracking apps. And that, I feel like that screams MyFitnessPal. I don't mean MyFitnessPal. So basically there's an app that I used called The 4, and it's a habit tracking app. And it looks like that. And they're all the habits that I want to have on. I've also downloaded one that I saw recommended, which was more like a journaling app that called Pixar. I haven't set that up yet, so I can't show you. So it's kind of the same thing, but more in like a bullet journal kind of format. And they've really helped me. Like having the little tick there, I love it. My little ADHD brain loves it. So I just want to be more consistent on using them because it motivates me overall. And I feel like doing that will help me with the goals that I have in other areas of life that I haven't written down, like the TikTok goal, things like that. I'm eating enough protein because like that's one that I tick off. So just things like that are going to help me more in general. So the big goal is to be more consistent on that, because being more consistent on that is going to help me in the other areas. Okay, the controversial one. If you are not somebody who understands autism or has autistic people in your life, just don't listen to this next part, because I feel like some people just aren't ready to hear it and aren't ready to listen to it. And I don't need that judgment from you. I already judge myself enough for it. So I don't need that judgment from you. So before you comment being like, this is disgusting, you don't need to say that. I know it's not very nice, but I'd also say like before you have those thoughts, just think, I don't know this person's disability. I'm just not going to judge. Anyway. Final goal is better hygiene, and that comes down in things like washing my hair, skincare, moisturizing my hands, because I use so much hand sanitizer, like so much hand sanitizer. My hands are dry. They're not horrific, don't get me wrong, I'm very, very fortunate, but I need to moisturize my hands more for how much I use hand sanitizer. I also need to wash my hands more rather than just using hand sanitizer. I've actually really improved on that in the last few months, which I'm very, very, very proud of. Actually, I'm not going to share that stat. Basically, down to my emetophobia, I've gotten better. But I know I have fellow emetophobias watching, so I'm not going to say that to you. It's also like washing my face with my cleanser every night, because sometimes I'll just skip it and then I've got yesterday's mascara on, so I wake up just feeling gross. Whereas I want to do it on a nighttime so I don't have to wash my face in the morning, because I know that's quite good for skincare. So just stuff like that. And I would like to have less greasy hair. I am thinking about getting rid of my yellow strip, because the yellow strip makes it harder to wash my hair, which makes me not want to wash my hair. So I think I'm going to get rid of that, and then it'll be easier, and then I'll want to wash my hair more. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that more. Please don't judge me. I was going to go through my vision board, but sorry, I've got a reflection in one of my bookshelves, like on my face. I am sorry. I was going to go through my vision board, but this video has got very, very long. I did a short about it last year. If you saw that, it's the same. I'm keeping it the same. I still want everything that's on that vision board. But basically what I do is I have a vision board where like it's not even that, it's like 3/4 of the page is like a stereotypical image vision board. And then on the other side, I have my goals on there, and that is my wallpaper. Like that is my wallpaper. So every time I go on my computer, I see it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video, because it is long. You guys, subscribers wanted more longer videos. Here you go. First one of 2025, long one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions about like going forward for the month and what I'm doing with YouTube, throw them across, that's fine. I'm not sure how well I described it in this video, but I hope you're ready to still have me in 2025. I hope we're all manifesting that it goes really, really well for me. I'm manifesting that you guys have a great year. I really, really am. All of you. You're gonna have a brilliant year. It's gonna be better. We're all gonna have the best year. But that is gonna be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave the video a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new. Come on, guys, help me out. It's 1 month left. Help me out. If you want to leave me a little hate comment, that's fine. Bump me. Bump me. But the best of luck for 2025, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.